live and I'm horizontal. That was my fear today. I didn't know if it was going to let me do this orientation or not. So now let me try to find my live on here because I was doing something a little different with this. Since it didn't work right last time. Looks like it might not work this time. Give me a minute. Let me see. Let me see if I go under here. For whatever reason, whatever I had been doing messed up. Let me see if I'm here. Yay, I am here. Let me click on this and hopefully I will see myself. A lot of praying this morning. Let me see. Yay! I am there too. Oh my goodness. I don't know why it works one week and why it doesn't work the next week. And, but I am loving life because today I've got a fun card to show you. And we get to do it and I should be able to see your comments too. So as you come on, leave a comment so I know that you're here in the stamp room with me. So you will be creating with Colleen. My name is Colleen Magnus and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the east coast of Chesapeake. And guess what? We got snow. Double yay, double yay. Probably about a good 3 inches out there of snow. And we are so excited. Of course, it needs to be gone by Friday night for bingo, which it should be because this is the East Coast. So it'll be gone probably by tomorrow at noon. But anyways, the kids were out playing in it. I will go for a walk in it later. I love the snow. Don't need a lot of it. Don't need a long amount of it. But I am thankful that we do have that. So today we are going to be making a really cute card using the Toadstool. Let me get the name of it right. Terrific Toadstools. Toadstools. I got to say that right. Diane, I'm glad you're here. I did see this popping up. Glad you're here with me. And I have a couple others too. So again, give a shout out as you come on. But we are going to create today, I'll be combining some Celebration products along with some mini catalog products. And again, I'm just happy to be here. I was really getting scared because, you know, I do a lot of all my stampings in different places. I do stamp clubs. I do my live every Wednesday. I am involved with a retreat where I teach classes at the retreat. I have, did I say 2 stamp clubs? My team, I'm with my team at least twice a month, virtually and in person. And so I've just been really praying, okay, Lord, do I need to cut something out? And as my videos kept messing up, I'm thinking, I hope he's not telling me that because I love doing videos. I love teaching. That's really my heart is I want to teach you how to create. So y'all just keep following me, ring the bell, subscribe, and I'll keep persevering because you know I don't go easy. So anyways, I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to see who is here and get this party started. Look, can y'all see that? That's snow on my windows. That's the only thing is I have skylights. And when it does snow like this, I often feel like I'm in a cave because I can't see out my skylight. But that's okay. Because again, I will be out playing in it soon. Anyways, oh, it's so good to be here with y'all. And I can see you on my laptop. Last week was a disaster. In fact, I redid the live that night. So you can still see it under my lives on my Creating with Colleen Magnus YouTube channel. So please check it out. I think I had like, if it's at all possible, 2 lives going at one time. Because people were commenting on one saying they couldn't see it. And the other people were on the other ones. I don't know. We're just going to forget that ever happened. So Judy, oh, you're watching from Alberta, Canada. Thank you, Judy, and welcome. I'm glad you're with us. And Diane, always good to see you here. Yes, snow in Chesapeake. And actually, our heat was out 3 days ago, so I'm thankful that we got that working too. Mary Kay, hello from Maryland. Mary Kay, did you get much snow in Maryland, or did you get any at all? Because actually, I heard the southern part, like North Carolina, they got more snow than we did. Hello, Bren. Excuse me. Judy got just an inch in South Carolina, but it is pretty. Yes, it is. Lynn, I'm glad you are here. Diane, thank you for loving my videos. Again, I love to teach. That's the biggest thing that I love to do. Bren got at least 4 inches. And Susan is here too. Yes, still cold outside. Excuse me. Yeah, so if I go walking later, I will have my boots on and my coat, and I at least have to go walking in it. But thankfully, outside of that, I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm going to, lots of things to do in the stamp room. and the same for tomorrow. So I am blessed. So let me show you what we're going to make today. Janet Court better come on here because I got together with my team last night. We always do a mystery stamping event on the third Tuesday of the month. So I tell them what to cut, and then we all get together and create on Zoom, and it's great. We had people from North Dakota and Florida and Chesapeake, Jersey, all kinds of people from my team. We stamped together. And Janet said, well, don't do that card. I already see it. Do the toadstool card. So Janet, this one's dedicated to you. I'm doing it for you because she said she wanted the measurements to create it. So this here, I'll explain all the product in a minute, but this was a fun card to make, and it is a center Easel card, centerfold Easel card. For some reason, I'm having trouble saying that today. But anyways, I love it. You know, the terrific Toadstools. I didn't think this is what it looks like, y'all. It's so stinking cute. It's on page 53. When I first saw this, I never try to give an opinion right from the start because it's never my opinion once I think about it. But I was like, mushrooms? Why do we have mushrooms? Who's going to put a mushroom on a card? And then I find out they're so much cuter when you call them toadstools. And then I bought them, and I'm telling you, I'm addicted. I can't show them all to you now because I have to show them in coming weeks. But I have had a blast creating with this bundle. And it's only $38.50 when you get the punch and the toadstools together. So this is what we're creating with today. And again, love it, love it, love it. So let me see. Yes, we are staying warm. That is the name of the game right now, staying warm. And then, so Mary Kay did get a couple of inches. That was good. Hey, Barb, I'm glad you're here. Well, that is true, Diane. It is really cold. Normally on the East Coast here in Chesapeake, when it snows, it's gone like the next day because it's well into the 50s. But we have had a cold snap going on. And definitely, I don't think it's going to melt much, but they get the roads clear and we'll be okay. So, Kathy, you're here with your bum knee. Call me later, Kathy, and let me know how you made out. I've been thinking and praying for you and hope it's an easy fix. Okay, so again, this is a card we're making. It's a center Easel fold card, and just so much fun. You are magical and popping up to say hi. So I am using the bundle, terrific Toadstools. Oh my goodness, I should have practiced that. But I didn't. So it might even be Toad School, but I think it is a Toad Schools. So this is the bundle. And again, that can be purchased from the mini catalog. And then the other products that I'm using is, I love how Stampin' Up! Will coordinate their products. So y'all know it's celebration time. And during celebration, this is our mini catalog. You can see all the catalogs on my creatingwithcolleen.com blog. I have them all on the right-hand side. But this is great because the designer paper coordinates with the bundle, but the designer paper you can earn free with a minimum $60 order. It is good only through celebration and only while supplies last, so don't wait too long, but let me show it to you. What I loved about it is you actually get 8 sheets of these designs. So here we have, let me put them this way. We've got that. Love the snail. I've been using him a lot. But the colors are great. Nice, bright colors. I'm always ready for some different colors after Christmas. Love my Christmas colors. But after you do them for a couple months, you want something fresh and new. And then that's all the backside. So you really have just some fun designer paper here to create with. And again, you get 8 sheets of each, so you can do a lot of creating. So that is the designer paper from Celebration. I am also using, on page 9, the Fresh Freesia seam binding ribbon. That is really pretty and a lot of fun to create with. I'll be using that. Let me put it on the right-hand side so I can keep up with it. And we also have the Starstruck, where is that at? Starstruck embossing folder. So with a minimum $60 order, you can earn this folder free. Now, the thing that I didn't get that I've needed a dozen times are the purple adhesive backed sequins. So that's Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, Fresh Freesia, and then white sequins for an accent. I don't have that, but since I am using a Melon Mambo, what I have done is I am substituting the Sunny Day iridescent dots, and those are really, really nice. So sometimes you just have to use what you have. It's only the first month. I don't have everything yet. You got to give me time. And keep in mind too, not only do you receive Celebration products when you purchase, but I have started for 2025 with a wonderful group, and we have what's called the Creativity Files. So every month it'll be a different PDF. It's 8 projects. It's like free classes, y'all. It's 8 projects. You get the supply list, pictures, directions, put it together, and I will send you this PDF with a minimum $40 purchase. This is one that we have here. Just give you a little sneak peek of the projects for January. You can also send me an email and purchase it for $10.95 if you're a demonstrator and you don't want to purchase from me. And anybody in my Stampin' family will automatically get this free. So any questions on that, let me know. Okay, so what you're going to need, and I am going to show you how to cut this right from the start, but I'll lay these out so you can get your measurements. Here I have a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 inch Melon Mambo, and I'll show you how to score it and cut it. So that's right there, just to give you directions for it later. I have a piece of 2 7/8 by 4 inch basic white. That doesn't want to lay down. Let me see if I can fold this a little bit. There we go. I'm going to make it better for the picture. I have a 3 by 4 1/4 inch piece of Melon Mambo. Then I have a piece that is 2 7/8 and 4 inches of soft seafoam. That's really a cool color. I actually use this color with some Christmas cardstock too. And this is what I'm going to emboss with that Starstruck Celebration embossing folder. Then I have a piece of 3 by 5 1/16 Melon Mambo. I have a piece of 3 7/8 by 3/4 basic white. Those are going to be layered together. And last but not least, I have 2 pieces of that stinking cute Toadstool Gardens Designer Series paper. So y'all go ahead, take your screenshot, and then you've got all the directions that you need to create these later. Okay, good. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, let me put all my little parts and pieces over here so I don't lose anything. Those 2. I'm going to show you how to cut this, because this is your card base. This is what makes this entire card work. So first I'm going to take a piece of, oh, happy snow day, Tink. We missed you yesterday. And Peggy, hello, hello. Hey, Terry. Yeah, it is cold. It is cold. Okay, so this is just a piece of 8.5 by 11 Melon Mambo cardstock. And you know, you always get 2 cards out of every 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. Whether you cut it this way or this way, you're going to get 2 standard cards. So with this, I'm going to take it, the 11-inch side, and I'm going to move it to 5.5 inches. And I'm going to cut that. Okay? So that's where I would have 2 cards. I'll put that aside because I do plan on making more of these. Now what I'm going to do is I have to score the 8.5 inches in half. So I put this on 4 1/4, and always make sure you're even on the top. That's something I've been trying to teach Tyler Joe. They're just, you know, when you're 8 years old, you just like cutting. You don't care what it is. But in order to get it straight, I told her you have to make it flush up here. The lighter blade is your scoring tool. So just do that. Only use the darker one when you want to cut. So now what I have is, it's folded in half. That is my standard size card, which is 5.5 and 4 1/4. So I have to cut, what I actually did is I cut these 2 sides. So I'll open this up, and I'm going to put it at 1 1/4 inches. And I'm only going to cut up to the score line. So you can only cut up to the score line, or if you're looking at your measurements right there, you would cut to 4 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to go 4 1/4 here. Then I'll flip it around. I'm going to do 1 1/4 inches again. And same thing. Up to that score line. So now I have this here, look like these little walking legs, but it's all one piece. And I want to score this centerpiece. And the reason is because that's what makes this fold up like that. It's really all one piece, but once I score it, let me get it down here so you can see it. Good to watch the screen. Once I score it, that's where I'm going to put my base piece on. So I'll put these little legs out of the way. Okay. I'm going to bring it in here, and it really doesn't matter what you scored at, but I decided to just score it at 2. You just need a fold in this centerpiece. So on the 2-inch mark, I now have my fold, and this is how that entire card base works. Almost looks like a person too. Hello. Okay. Stop playing, Colleen. Keep creating. All right, so what I'm going to do first, I do like to put my designer paper on here instead of just going down, because I kind of lose where the fold is. So what I will do is take my designer paper. Y'all know I do like to use my liquid glue so I can move it around. So, ooh, yeah, Melinda said it's cold in West Virginia. Welcome, Melinda. I am sure it is. Did y'all get snow? Or did you really already have snow? It's just been, all my gals from Florida yesterday, they had more snow than we did in Pensacola. I mean, how crazy is that? I'm sure they moved there for the sunshine, and you know they're freezing. I've got an aunt who lives in Arizona, and it's 50, and she's just like freezing. We're going to buy her some heated blankets, and I think they even make, Amazon sells everything. They made a heated robe, so we're just trying to find one that would fit her. But yeah, stay warm, y'all. It is January, though. You got to say that. Okay, so I like to put them on here because, again, I can see all the way around. So once I have this, I'm actually going to tape these 2 down or glue them down. Oh, my goodness. Melinda said she already has 11 inches and it's -10 this morning. Woo! You win, Melinda. We're not even going to try to compete with that. That's crazy. So hopefully, my brother's in Iowa, so although he said he'll never get used to it, and I don't think Kevin will. He was a beach guy too. So the reason I kind of close this, because these when you tape them, they can wobble a little bit. You want to make sure you're even center there, and you also want to make sure that your edge is nice and even. Because it is easy, again, to tape this and it could be going in some. You want it even with the sides and flush with the center. So I have that one down. Let me do this side. Yeah, I don't mind the cold. I did a lot of running errands yesterday, and it was cold then. It was cold then, but I knew I could spend my day in the house today and be a happy camper. Okay. So here we are moving right along. That is your card base, like that. Okay. So to create our centerpiece, let me see. To create this right here, let me set this aside. I am going to take that beautiful piece of soft seafoam, and I'm going to go ahead and emboss it. So let me show you that. This is a standard Starstruck embossing folder. A lot of times we use a 3D folder, and the plates are different. But for this one, let me grab my stuff. All right. So the die cutting machine is compact, but then you open these up. It comes with a base plate. It comes with a number 2 plate, which you use for cutting your dies, which we don't need this today because we're just embossing, and then 2 clear plates. So there's a couple things you can do here. Well, there's 2. Let's just face it. Yeah, that's a couple. All right, so I'm going to put this in here, and I love that they have the line at the bottom so that I can line it up, and that's really great if you have something that's symmetrical. I'm going to put it in here, and you always want to put the folded part of your folder in first. Now, technically, what you could do is you put your one plate down, you put this in the middle, and you put your other plate. But I like safe stamping, and I think this can help. Sometimes if you're doing that and your plates are not even, they'll twist because it's going to go through here anyways. And it can actually break a folder as it comes in like this, or it can bend a die. Ask me how I know and I'll tell you later. But that is experience talking. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my plate here. I'm just going to put my folder on top And then I'm just going to put the two plates together and run it through because all I need is that thickness. And then I don't have to worry about the plates twisting and catching that folder in between. Because it does make you sad when you break a folder. But then again, you know, since I am with Stampin' Up, I get it at a discount. So I always say find a bright spot. So here we go. I'm going to open this up and then I have all of this beautiful texture. So I'm going to take that 3 by 4 1/4 Melon Mambo, and I'm just going to put this right on the inside. And who knew that this soft subtle and that bold bright could work so well together? That's why I love the Stampin' Up! Designer paper. Not only does it coordinate with our inks, our cardstock, basically everything we have, our blends, our markers, but in their designer papers, you know, they probably got people who went to college to figure out color. I am color challenged. So what I'll do a lot of times is just go off the designer paper. So yes, this is, yeah, this, Melinda asked if this was for, yes, this Starstruck embossing folder is free with a minimum $60 order. The folder is, the ribbon is, and the designer paper. So one of the things they don't really tell you in the catalogs anymore, which I kind of miss, but I understand it's prime real estate in there, are the colors. So the colors that go with the Toadstool Gardens designer paper, it's Early Espresso, Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, Poppy Parade, and Pumpkin Pie. Now there are other colors as you're doing it that go great with it. For example, Pebbled Path. I thought Pebbled Path goes great because it's the color of the snail. But I guess you can't put every single color that's on there. But that's how I figure out what colors I'm going to use. Because, again, I'm color challenged. So Stampin' Up! Puts it together for me, and I like it. We're just going to roll with it. Alrighty. So now I'm going to stamp my mushrooms. So I like using, this is just a piece of fun foam that I just got at the local store. Walmart has like tons of them. But it's great because with a photopolymer stamp, you need something that's going to give a little bit, and this does. It doesn't have that, that cushion like the red rubber does. So I'm just going to take a scrap piece of white and do a little stamping. Okay. So here I am going to take my pumpkin pie. Now something else I do, especially if I'm using reds, y'all know that the red ink stains photopolymers, anything that has a red dye in it. That does not hurt your stamps. It really should not matter. But apparently I'm a little OCD. I don't like it. I'm actually AC/DC. I think that sounds more cool because that's a really good rock band. But if you don't want them to stain as much, I think what you should do is I take mine and I'll stamp them in the Versamark first. And I just let them sit for a couple minutes because I think it just kind of like, you know, when you get a brand new stamp, that photopolymer is fresh and it's going to absorb anything that you put on it. So if you put a little Versamark on it first, rub it off and clean it, and then stamp in your colors, I find it does not stain nearly as much. And again, it's not that it hurts it. It will never hurt it. But once it's gotten into the pores and it's stained, it will stay stained. Still works great, but I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older and weirder. I know I'm getting older. That's a good thing. I am not complaining. Okay, so here I'm going to take my pumpkin pie. And let me just get a good... Let me see which way... I was going to see which way the orientation of my punch goes. Okay. I will put it this way. Not that I couldn't work around it, but it will make it easier. So here I've got my pumpkin pie. I want it to get even a little bit darker than that. I've got lots of scrap here with me. Let me do that again. Ink, 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 ink. Okay. Here we go. So I've got my mushroom, that one. And to open the punches, it's nice because they do stay shut, but you're just going to push this little thing up. And then you always want to stamp first. So that still didn't work because I did it backwards. Okay, we are going to teach today. If this happens, Naturally, I could stamp it the other way, but you see what's happening here? My roundness is on the top and it's not going to work. I could restamp it, or, because this may happen, and this also happens like if you're punching stuff out of designer paper. I'm just going to cut this off. Then I'm just going to take another piece, put a little adhesive on it, turn it the way I want it, put that little bit of adhesive there, and now I have it free to push in here. I always say I will teach you what to do. I may teach you what not to do, but by golly, I'm going to teach you something. So now that I have this, I just punch it, and I've got my mushroom. So I'll put this aside. Yeah, and y'all know you've done that too, so I think it's great we just went there. Okay, now I'm going to take my other scrap. I'm going to do a fresh freesia mushroom. Let's get that one going. Okay, so y'all give a shout out for me. What has been your favorite product from the mini catalog or from Celebration? What are you really loving? All right, let me get this right when I put it in here. Let me go like this. What are you loving? Because there is a lot to love. So for this one, now I can put this in here. And I think what I really like about this punch too is that it's smaller than the stamp, so that you really won't have any white image around it. Sometimes if you don't line it up perfectly, you can, but I think it works good. Now this piece here in the back, then I'm going to use a small, right here, I'm just going to do the small stem, because that's what I'm going to use for this one. And then the other one, the other stem that is cool that we really don't have the punch for is this one, but I can cut that out. So Bren just ordered this one. Have you gotten it yet, Bren? Because I know you are going to be doing some fun stuff with this stamp too. Okay. And there I have for the larger toadstool. Susan likes Floral Delight. I do too, Susan. That is beautiful. That's the one with all the beautiful yellow colors, correct? Because that designer paper is gorgeous. That's out of the mini catalog. Yeah. I had an extensive list, and it seems like it always grows. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to cut this out. Again, just making this for my other toadstool. Easy cut. Y'all know paper snips are the best paper cutting scissors. I know they are that I've ever had. There we go. And right there. Okay, so when I put my mushrooms together, what I will do, let me just get a piece of, let me get a Post-it note for scrap paper. I don't get it on my piece here. What I like to do is just put the tape on the back of the stool stem. I'll just put this in the center here. So there's my one mushroom. I can even tilt it a little bit. And then for this one, just put my tape on the back. And voila. I've got two stinking cute little toadstools. So I have those pieces there. I've got my main piece here. So I am going to, let me see. I'm going to cut out real quick and put it together. These are, when you're looking at this, you have those snails, and it's in the same designer paper. Really, really cute. So if you take, I wanted to show you this. These pieces are 4 inches. So you're going to cut off 2 inches, just so you have 4 inches, and you could cut your 1-inch strips real easy. If you cut your 2 inches from the bottom, right here, you're going to like cut those 2 in half. If you cut your 2 inches from the top, like this is your 4 inches to cut your 1-inch strips, you're going to get 3 snails compared to just the 1. And I just think they are a hot commodity. I love them. So let me just take one of these. And with these snails, it's just barely cut off at the bottom. So you can, you know, you've got enough of that snail to work with it. So I will just cut it real quick. So Melinda likes the mushroom. Like I said, I am too. I was not necessarily a believer, but I am now. The other cool thing about cutting this snail out is that you don't have to go right on it. You can leave a little bit of that seafoam because that is the color you are backing it on. So that too makes it just a bit more forgiving. Here we go. And around the bend. And there, and see, this is the other reason I love paper snips, because even the very ends, I mean, they are just so sharp, and you can really get in there and snip what you want. Okay. So now I am ready to put this together. So for this one, I went ahead and I taped it down. So I'm just going to use my adhesive. This was the back side of that other one, so it really is a mushroom there. And I put this on about right there. I'm not going to push it down until I have everything where I want it. This one I want to pop up. A little bit of that dimension. So I'm just going to take my mini dimensionals and put this on here. And they're really nice. I could just cut one in half. Let me see. Alrighty. So time got away from you, Gwen. The nice thing is you can always go back and watch from the beginning. So Diane said she's going to be adding this to her wish list. You know, it was a very happy surprise. Oh, Kathy, gout. Ouch. Hopefully they can give you something to fix that for your leg. I'm so glad you went in, because I don't know how well that gets fixed on its own. I don't know. But I did mail you your Stamp Club cards, so hopefully that'll brighten your day when you get them. All right, so here, move that a little bit that way. I will go ahead and put these here. Let me see. Yep. I'm going to take keep taking this off. I should just leave it there. Take my snail, and I'm going to tape him down like so. And again, it's nice because it's the same color background, so you don't have to be too particular when you're putting them in there. And then I want to stamp the You Are Magical. So I'm going to take my garden green. Let me see. Mary Kay said she didn't think she liked the toadstool. I did not at first, Mary Kay. I really wasn't going to give it a second look, but I saw so many cute things with it. But I'm telling you, once you touch it, once you, oh my goodness, create with it, you will love it. And I have, like, within the last day, I created 4 different special folds with it. This is just the one I'm sharing with you today. You will love it. You will not regret purchasing it. So here I'll come around. And again, just a whimsical cut. Nothing too crazy or perfect. Coming around the bend. I do kind of make it more straight where that is at, and then I can just round this out. Okay. Boop. Okay. So You Are Magical. Now, since this is already popped up, I'm only going to put my little dimensional on the right-hand side. And then put a little bit of adhesive here because it's actually going to be taped to the stem that's already popped up. Hey, Renee, I'm glad you could join us. And I'm going to get on to Janet because she wanted, well, I take that back. She could be out doing something somewhere and just watch later. But this was a card she wanted me to show today on my live. So, again, it's dedicated to you, Janet. So now that I have this on here, I can go ahead and go back to my card base. So what I'm going to do is when you tape it on here, you only want to put adhesive, tape, glue, whatever you're going to use, down on the bottom. So that's where you're going to tape it. So I'll take my liquid glue. And it's the same size as this, so you can open it up. You don't have to worry about the sides getting in the way. Put my liquid glue there. Put this right on top, making sure it's nice and even, like that. And that's part of your easel card right there. And you can always crease your folds to make it stand up more. But for here, let me get my inside. Let me see. Oh, Kathy, I know. Kathy, I am no different. Kathy says she knows that this was going to happen. She said she didn't have any interest in this until she saw me create with it. Kathy, I'm the exact same way. 23 years later, I am the exact same way. That's why when I stamp with my friends, I never, ever purchase anything until after we have stamped. Because I know they're going to show me something I just can't live without. But the good thing is, it is celebration time, so get it now. Bump that order up to a minimum $60 order so that you can then turn around and get the designer paper. So, but y'all remember, it's only while supplies last, and Stampin' Up! Products are always hot, hot, hot. So I've got this on the inside, and I have to create, when I'm doing this, you have to create something that is popped up to hold the center of the easel card in place. So what I did there is I have 2 layers here. Here we go. Get my mat out again. So this was the 2 7/8 by 3/4 inch basic white. And I got an extra piece here in case I flub this, but that is the beauty, the absolute beauty of stamping with photopolymers. You can see through it. And this is what I was telling you about. Can you see I have stamped quite a bit in this. Let me get some white underneath it. I have stamped quite a bit with this in the Melon Mambo, which would really, really stain. But 2 things I do. Again, I told you I stamp in Versamark first, and that helps a lot. And 2, I don't mash my stamps into the ink pad. I keep my ink pads pretty juicy because I apply light pressure. And that's, I think, what really hurts most photopolymer stamps is when people push too hard, the whole thing gets red and it's harder to see your words. Not impossible, just again, little pet peeve here. So I'll just stamp it lightly and see how I only have my words? That's all you need. Do a couple little taps around, but don't push. And then the other benefit of it is, then when you line it up, if you did, you don't have anything on your edges. So you don't have anything that's going to edge around. So here I am popping up to say hi. And then you can also clean it right away. And people ask how I clean my stamps, and I should be embarrassed to show you my Simply Chamois. But I'm telling you, I think it's the first one I've ever bought, and it still works great. It comes to you nice and pink. After you use it, it'll look like this because I clean everything in here. But I just keep it wet with water. I have a standard stamp case that you can buy 4 at a pack. And I actually just put designer paper in here. This thing is so old. We had a Stampin' Up! Event in Orlando. And I gave everybody on my team one of these. So that's why you see Mickey. But anyways, you just wipe it and it just takes the ink off. It doesn't come back out of here. And then when you want to just clean this, the stain won't come out, but just run it under water, squeeze it out, and it's good to go. So here I have that. I will go ahead and, again, my liquid glue, just a little bit of it. It's a nice thing about liquid glue. Again, I think everything in stamping is good with the light hand. You get heavy-handed, you run into problems. So here, I'm just going to layer this on here. And then you can position it where you want, but you need to put it on with dimensionals because that is what will pop it up. So I'll just put me some dimensionals here. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but I have had it happen. Use your entire piece of dimensionals. I had someone tell me once that once she uses all the little octagons, she throws it out. And I was like, what? Don't do that. Don't do that. You can just take your scissors, cut it up. You want to use every single piece of this. And then you have all those too. Breaks my heart to see anything wasted. You don't want that. So now that I have this popping up, I'm just going to put it in here. That looks pretty good. Let me see. Yep. I think that looks good. I didn't push it down, you notice, but I see that it keeps us, I think, at the right angle. So I'll put this in there, and I'm almost done. I saved the hardest part for last, and that is the ribbon. And the only reason it's hard is because everybody's watching. So I'll just be very honest with you. And when I do it, I kind of play and I put it back and forth, and I play and I put it back and forth. So what I'm going to do, I usually tie it on the ribbon, on the spool, because if you don't, you might use way too much. But you got it free, because this is the free fresh freesia. So I think you're still okay. So here, I'm going to attempt to tie a bow. The way I was taught, it was at a buffet, at a Founder Circle event for breakfast. And she said, you go like that. Then you do your bottom bunny ear first. And this is hard too, because it's great ribbon, but it's very soft. Okay, and then I will wrap this around. I'm making this look so much harder than it is. And then pull this through. And by doing that, your tails should kind of hang at the bottom. And then what I'll do, I can go ahead and cut this now. But then I just kind of play with it. I hold that knot and I pull it to the size I want. But of course, then you got to tighten it, and it makes them longer again. Pull it a little bit more. There you go. One more time. And then close enough will count. But I just play with it after that. And then, of course, I used way too much anyways, but that's okay. I know how to get another one free. All right. And then I'll probably spend another 10 minutes. I'll do it off camera, though, and spare you, though, getting it just right. But here I have my bows. Let me cut that a little more. Okay. And then, oh my goodness, it's like a stiff leg. I don't want to stay down. Okay, so once I have this, I am going to use the embellishments. So I told you, I think the best ones to use would be the ones you can get free with Celebration. But these are working too with the Melon Balmo. So these are the Sunny Day Iridescent Dots. Let me see. So Cindy, I'm glad you are here. Late to the party? That's okay. You know how to watch the replay, just like you said. Alrighty, so here I can just take, I love that these come in a pumpkin pie also. So I'm just going to take a pumpkin pie, a few of these. I think I'll take another one, put it up here, and then a smaller melon mambo for the top. And one more time, because it's driving me crazy. Let me do my bow. Try to get that leg down. And trim one more time. Pretty soon I'll just have a nub. But I think that's it. So when I have this, if you want, see, it should hold it. If not, you can always go back with your bone folder. Crease this fold really good. And then if you want, you can crease this one really well too. And that's what, don't crease it too good. That's what makes it pop up like that. So I have that. Let me see if I got everything. I could also do a little bit of Wink of Stella. And if I did the Wink of Stella, I can do it in the little white spots on my Toadstools. But just be careful, because this is a classic ink. And it can start, like activates the ink and it'll smear. Which, nice thing is it'll give it a little bit of a, softer look. In fact, I'll do that here just to show you what I'm talking about. As I kind of pull it in, I'll just do it on the bottom so the top are good. I can activate it. So it's actually right there. It's like a lighter pumpkin, not so much of a darker. And I'll hold the two up so you can see it. But that there is your center Easel fold Toadstool card. So here you can see where it's, I hope you can see, where it's a little bit softer. And then on this side, it's more white because I stayed within the lines. And that's just because that's a classic ink. So let me see if we have any questions. Let me see. So thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. Renee's going to have to make this. Yes, you are, Renee. Carol, thanks for popping on and watching the replay. And Judy, thank you so much. I'm glad y'all like the card. Again, I am sold on the terrific Toadstools, where before I wasn't sure. But that's why you always need to get your hands on it. And I think too, I'm a visual person, so I like to see samples. And I have seen some gorgeous samples with this bundle. So don't forget, it is Celebration. We have great things going on to the end of February. With every minimum $60 order, you can go ahead and choose one of these items free. That's how I got the designer paper, the ribbon. You can also get the embellishments. And then with every minimum $40 purchase, I will send you the PDF for 8 great cards. Again, it's a tutorial. The tutorials are different every month. But for the month of January, this is the one you will get. You can also purchase it for $10.95. Just contact me. And then my Stampin' Family will get that free. Which, speaking of Stampin' Family, we have some great deals going on again with Celebration. And that is, you have 2 options. You can select $125 in merchandise and only pay $99. The shipping is free. And then option number 1, you get the handmade designs stamp set and your choice of 2 of the 4 color families of the Stampin' Right markers. Or option 2, you can add an additional $30 to your $125 and still only pay $99, and then you just pick the product that you want. So if there's any questions you have about that, I would love to talk to you. Again, I'm very active with my team. We have a good time. We stamp together. It doesn't matter where you are in the United States. I just love, again, company in the stamp room. So if you can't be here personally, we'll do it by Zoom. Still good being there. So if you're interested in requesting my newsletter, or if you would like to place an order, just go to creatingwithcolleen.com. You can see all of my catalogs there. And just please, if you would, give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, share my video with others so that I can grow my subscribers and share more with everyone who is out there. So Carol, I'm glad you like the card. I guess I could set one up so you could see it. That's what it is down. And then that's what it is up. So y'all take care. I will see you next Wednesday. Golly day, yes. Next Wednesday, I will see you live as we create something else. Might still be the Toadstools. Who knows? But I do appreciate you being here with me right now. I appreciate your support. And yeah, thank you for putting up with me and my technical issues. I hope it's worth it. All of you have a great day. Those in Chesapeake, go walk in the snow. Because, you know, could be another year or 2 before we see it again. Happy stamping, y'all. And take care. Bye-bye.